The medical establishment still regards female bodies as a freakish deviation from the norm. One 2018 study found that 53% of female heart attack patients had been told by doctors that their symptoms were not health-related. Women and men usually have different cardiac symptoms, and the doctors could only diagnose male hearts. Centuries after Aristotle, Sigmund Freud updated and expanded the mutilated male theory by arguing that women were castrated. Male and female children alike were supposedly traumatized for life by the knowledge that their mothers did not have penises, seeing the female body forever as maimed and incomplete, a walking wound. Of course, when mothers do have penises, we are no less likely to judge them. The basic premise of sexism is that, to paraphrase the noted medieval theologian's Radiohead, men have the perfect bodies and the perfect souls. Well, cisgender white men without disabilities who have never had sex with other men anyway. Once you propose a biological elite, the definitions tend to keep getting more and more elitist. Men define humanity, and women, insofar as they are not men, are not human. Thus, women must necessarily be put under male control. And to the extent that we resist this control, we are monstrous. But a monster is not something to dismiss or look down on. A monster does not merely inspire anger or disgust. A monster, by definition, inspires fear. Beneath all the contempt men have poured on women through the ages, all the condemnations of our otherness, there is an unwitting acknowledgement of our power, a power great enough, in their own estimation, to end the world. The idea that men fear women feels faintly ludicrous, like an elephant panicking at the sight of a mouse, or a professional exterminator with a fear of spiders. We're told that terror is feminine, and that women are the more fearful gender. What else do you mean when you call a guy a pussy? Nevertheless, that fear is real. Historically, men have believed that women can destroy cities by having sex, as with Helen of Troy or the anonymous libidinous mother of the monster of Ravenna, or control the weather with their bodies. A witch could create a storm by letting down her hair. A woman could calm a hurricane by standing naked on the deck of a ship, or just reduce men to mindless, obedient animals. Circe, Shakespeare's Cleopatra, or Barbara Stanwyck in Double Indemnity, leaving a bloody trail of husbands and horny insurance salesmen in her wake. In the darker corners of the internet, you'll find frightened men discussing the red pill, an imaginary conspiracy in which all-powerful, man-hating feminists have rigged the modern world to suppress men and deny them human rights. It's easy to roll your eyes at the tinfoil hat talk, but male fear is serious. It kills women every day. We've all grown up with the image of some inconvenient female villager killed for witchcraft, her community's misogynist paranoia wrapping around her throat like a noose. Just as with those long-ago panics, some of the men who believe in the red pill conspiracy, spree killer Elliot Rodger or Alec Manassian, who drove a van into a mostly female crowd in Toronto, have murdered innocent women in the name of defending themselves from female power. The precise nature of the accusations might change, but men's underlying distrust of women remains constant. Fear of women may be the single most important truth of misogyny. A cage, after all, has two purposes. Of course, it serves to keep women confined, hemmed in, to prevent us from going out into male territory and getting what men have, the jobs and money and respect and power that are so much more accessible if you're male. But the second purpose of a cage, the more interesting one, is to protect the world from what is inside it. On some level, the cage exists to keep women from getting out. I wrote this book because I want to understand what these men are afraid of. I want to know the beast they feel breathing down their necks in the dark, ready to break through at last, ready to eat them. The root of female monstrosity, I've found, lies right where Revelations and Freud said it did, in sex, and the potent magic generated by sex, the creation of new human beings. The word patriarchy